In the world of Mythoria Reborn, a virtual reality game loved by millions, one player's life was about to be turned upside down. This is the story of Elias Rourke, a 17-year-old gamer known as Run a Seeker. Elias wasn't your typical hero. He was cautious, an overthinker, the kind of player who triple-checked his inventory before every minor quest. But one day, while exploring an unmarked corner of the map, he stumbled upon something no one had ever seen before, a hidden, forgotten dungeon. Inside, bathed in an eerie glow, was a single object floating in midair. It was a book, pulsing with a soft blue light. Its cover etched with strange, shimmering symbols. The title read, The Forbidden Lexicon. Lore whispered this ancient spellbook could grant unimaginable power, but at a price Elias couldn't yet comprehend. He figured it was just another ultra-rare item, a cool piece of loot to show off to his guild. So, he reached out his virtual hand and touched it. The moment his avatar's fingers brushed the cover, a blinding weave of glyphs wrapped around him. A soft whisper echoed in his ears, a voice that seemed to come from inside his own head. To change the world, one must change oneself. Suddenly, a new icon blinked to life on his spell hotbar. It was called Mindweave. The description was incredible. Reshape illusions, boost focus, enhance reaction speed, even read the emotional energy of NPCs. Elias was ecstatic. He cast it, and the world of Mythoria sharpened around him. Colors grew more vibrant, sounds more distinct. He felt faster, clearer. In his next PvP duel, he was untouchable. He dodged attacks with reflexes he never knew he had, predicting his opponent's every move with an almost psychic accuracy. His friends were amazed. Run a Seeker, the cautious strategist, was suddenly a fearless, decisive warrior. He started leading guild raids with a newfound, almost reckless clarity. Victory after victory followed. His fame grew, but so did something else. The more he used the lexicon, the more Elias felt himself changing. The cautious overthinker was being replaced by someone confident, ambitious, and hungry for more power. He became obsessed with unlocking the lexicon's higher tier spells, Soul Pulse, Echo Sight, Memory Bloom, and at the very bottom of the spellbook, sealed and waiting, was the ultimate incantation, Rewrite Thyself. While his friends celebrated his skills, they also started to worry. Elias was becoming different, bolder, yes, but also more distant. He was fixated on power, on progression, on the next unlock. The fun of just playing the game seemed to be fading, replaced by a cold drive for perfection. Then, things got really strange. The world of Mythoria itself started glitching around him. The AI-controlled NPCs, the shopkeepers and guards who usually repeated the same generic lines, began to recognize him. Bearer of the lexicon. One would murmur as he passed, "The Mindshifter walks." Another would whisper. A chill ran down Elias's spine. This wasn't supposed to happen. NPCs weren't programmed to be this aware, but the fear was mixed with a powerful curiosity, a desire planted by the lexicon to see how deep this rabbit hole went. The line between the game and reality started to blur. Spells didn't just feel like they were buffing his character's stats. They felt like they were rewiring his digital consciousness. Magic felt louder, emotions sharper. It was both exhilarating and terrifying. An in-game scholar NPC, one Elias had never noticed before, approached him with a grave warning. He spoke of the Scribe King Valoran, the lexicon's creator, who believed true potential could only be unlocked by altering the very limits of the mind. The spellbook was designed to evolve the caster's personality to match the power they wielded, but the game's original creators had sealed it away because too many players had lost themselves, chasing an impossible ideal of perfection. Despite the warning, Elias couldn't stop. The pull of the lexicon was too strong, a mix of his own ambition and the book's subtle influence. He unlocked Echo Sight, and for brief, flashing moments, he could see where his enemies would be seconds in the future. But it came with a side effect. He started to see his friends, his teammates, not as people, but as predictable patterns on a battlefield. He unlocked Soul Pulse, which granted him intense bursts of energy and focus in combat. But outside of battle, he felt strangely disconnected, numb to normal emotions. Then came Memory Bloom. It allowed him to instantly master new in-game skills, but the cost was subtle, insidious. He started forgetting small, real-life details. Where did he leave his backpack? What did he have for breakfast? It was like his brain was prioritizing game data over his own life. Each time he logged out of Mythoria, the afterglow of the spells lingered. In the real world, He spoke with more confidence, his thoughts raced with sharp efficiency, and he found himself obsessing over optimization in his schoolwork, in his chores, even in casual conversations. His brain felt like it was being tuned, just like his avatar. His friends finally confronted him during the guild meeting. They pointed out that he didn't laugh anymore, that he barely chatted about anything other than strategy. He made decisions with a cold, calculating precision that was frankly unnerving. Elias wanted to reassure them, to tell them he was fine, but as he opened his mouth, the lexicon pulsed at his side, its silent whisper echoing in his mind. Asterisk emotional hesitation weakens mastery. Asterisk with a chilling calm he didn't recognize as his own. He brushed off their concerns, telling them he was just focused. Then, he left the guild hall and ventured alone into Mathoria's deepest, most dangerous realm, the astral reflection zone. It was here that the Forbidden Lexicon revealed its final test. Standing before him, blocking the gateway to the final spell, was a perfect copy of himself, made of pure, shimmering glyph light. It was a reflection of the person he used to be cautious, caring, thoughtful. The reflection spoke with his old voice. It told him that to complete the spellbook, he had to make a choice. He had to choose between the person he was and the person he was becoming. The reflection begged him to stop, reminding him of his friendships, of the joy of playing for fun, not for perfection. For a split second, Elias hesitated. A pang of his old self, of real emotion, pulsed deep within him. But the lexicon was stronger. It urged him forward, whispering promises of limitless clarity, of unmatched mastery, of becoming more than he ever was. What followed wasn't a battle of swords and spells, but a war of ideas, a conflict of the self. Elias argued that growth required evolution, that he had to shed his old weaknesses to become stronger. His reflection countered that true growth doesn't mean losing yourself. As they debated, the game world around them translated their conflict into swirling light and shifting glyphs, revealing the true, hidden code at the heart of Mathoria. Power without self-awareness leads to collapse. And in that moment, Elias understood the lexicon wasn't evil. It was a magnifying glass. It took what was already inside the user, their ambitions, their fears, their desires, and amplified them. His ambition had become dangerous only because he had ignored the balance. He had forgotten the part of himself that valued connection, empathy, and fun. Instead of trying to defeat his reflection, to erase his past self, he did something unexpected. He cast a modified version of Mindweave, not on an enemy, but on himself and his reflection. He didn't destroy his old self, he merged with it. He integrated the two halves, restoring his empathy while keeping his newfound clarity and focus. The Forbidden Lexicon responded instantly. It flared with a warm, golden glow. The final spell, Rewrite Thyself, was unlocked, but its function had changed. It wasn't a spell of total transformation, but of self-integration, a tool to stabilize his thoughts, to restore his emotional equilibrium. The world of Mathoria shifted back to normal. The NPCs no longer whispered his name with fear. Now, they greeted him with respect, calling him the Balanced One. The lexicon itself transformed, becoming a harmless, cosmetic item that floated gently over his shoulder, a constant reminder of the lesson he had learned. Back in the real world, Elias felt lighter. He was still sharp, still focused, but the obsessive, cold ambition was gone. He was whole again. He returned to his friends, not with excuses, but with genuine warmth and an apology. He explained the truth he had discovered. Power isn't the dangerous thing. Forgetting who you are while you pursue it, that's the danger. The story of Runaseeker and the Forbidden Lexicon became a new legend in Mathoria. Elias chose to lock the spellbook away deep in his inventory, a symbol of his commitment to balance. He still used his incredible skills, but now with humility and teamwork. The game developers even added new storylines inspired by the Mindweaver, the title Elias had unknowingly earned. He continued to play Mathoria Reborn, not for perfection, but for enjoyment, for friendship, and for growth. He learned he didn't need to rewrite his personality to become stronger. He just needed to understand it. His journey wasn't a cautionary tale about mind control, but a powerful story about self-awareness and the profound responsibility that comes with power. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more deep dives into the legends of gaming. See you next time.